Hi guys, welcome back to the Duke's Farm. My name is Dennis Duke, Uganda. Today we are super excited because we're going to talk to an experienced rabbit farmer who is a degree holder. She graduated from one of the best universities in the country, and that is Makerere University to be specific. And her name is Vanita Tracy Chiwanuka. Hi Vanita.
Hi Dennis.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
So finally you've agreed to speak to our people.
Not finally, but something.
It's been a long time coming. Vanita is an experienced farmer, first of all, and she dropped her degree to say. Which course did you do?
I did a bachelor's in business administration, finance to be exact. Accounting is my passion, but well, I decided to join.
When I said dropping her degree, it's she left that degree and now she's into rabbit farming. And today she's going to take us through all the necessary things that you need to do before you start up your farm. So we shall be chatting with Vanita in just a minute. So one beautiful, interesting thing about this farm is it is set up in a home setting. As you're going to see, or as you're seeing in those particular videos, it is just in a fence, muchikomera to be specific. That's a Luganda word. But we are glad to be having Vanita Tracy Chiwanuka today. So take us through, how did the journey of you joining the rabbit farm, our business, actually start?
I would say my sister had a friend, Ken. He kind of gave me an idea for me to start, but also just a passion for me to get something. I had looked for jobs a number of times and I wasn't really getting what I wanted. And I really wanted something that I could earn and also had passion in. So that's how I joined rabbit farming. He pushed me, he showed me the direction, he helped me start, and yes, so I'm always grateful to him. I always tell him, forever grateful and indebted to him. Okay, yes. Just like I'm indebted to her. Vanita Tracy is one person that I've worked with for the last couple of at least months, coming 2 years. And she helped me as well to set up my farm. So when we talk about people that are doing exceptionally well when it comes to rabbit farming, she's one of those. And we do work closely together, both at the Duke's Farm, which is the main one in Mukono, and also this one, because we do layers and work together so that we break even. Exactly. First of all, how is the business taking you like? For the last couple of years you've been there. I've not been around for quite a number of years, but for the few years I've been in, I'm not complaining. So I'm glad I joined, and I think I'm doing well. I should say I'm trying. So let's now start guiding people who want to start this venture. So if somebody wants to start a rabbit farm, what should they do? You should, I always tell, we always do tell people, your passion drives you. Your passion drives you. Do something that you really, really, really have interest in. We really don't advise you to do it because someone else is doing it. We all want to earn from it, but your passion helps you put in a lot of efforts for you to earn out of it. So, of course, when you have your passion, you also need some capital for you to start your farm. Regardless of anything, you can't do anything without some little money. So yes, you need some good capital. Land is vital, but this is a venture that you can do wherever you are. Set up your home, you have a garage, or you have something like a room you don't usually use, you can equally think about doing it in such a setup. So if you have land and you want to go commercial, well, it would be better if you have enough space. But we usually tell people, start with what you can. The basic thing is you need to start. So yes. Okay. When you talk about capital, how much exactly are we talking about here? Well, your goal gives you your what? Your goal gives you what? If you really want to go large scale, you should be thinking about a good number of millions. But if you want to start up with something a bit small so that you grow with your business, think about maybe 3M, 4M, 5M. It will give you a good start. Obviously, we usually tell people your cages take most of the money in your capital, and then the breeds are not that expensive. They are a bit expensive, but not that expensive like the cages. So 5 million is good enough for you to at least think about starting. Or maybe, but regardless, sometimes you come and then we work with what you have. But if you have 5 million, you're good to go to start on a smaller scale, knowing very well that you'll keep on growing with your business.
Okay. What is that one thing that you tell a farmer to do before they start their rabbit farm?
Do some farm visits. Do some farm visits. Get a number of people who have been inside the business for some time. They'll help you. They'll help you because you're just learning. You learn. You learn because some people just look at rabbits and then they say, "Oh, this is a rabbit." You basically don't know how you take care of this rabbit, which kind of rabbit this is. So it's good to do some farm visits. These farm visits give you a pilot study of what you would expect. So yes, the first thing that I usually do, if you have the passion, do some farm visits. We do visits the other side in Mukono because it's a bit bigger. So you can always come and then learn.
Let's talk about the breeds. What sort of breeds should somebody consider starting with? Are there specific breeds?
Yes. Exotic breeds. There are a number of exotic breeds, but exotic breeds are the best breeds for you to think about dealing in, because local breeds, they do have their own advantages, but financially or profit-wise, they will not yield you enough profits the way you would expect it to. So we usually do try and think about exotic giant breeds, to be exact. So look through who you're going to get your breeds from is very, very important. Okay. So yes, think about exotic breeds. There are a number of them. We can't exhaust them, but there are some of them that you keep on seeing from different farms. So think about exotic breeds: New Zealand Whites, Californias, Chinchillas, New Zealand Blacks, something along those lines. Okay. It will help you get your monies back.
Okay. How do you make money in rabbit farming?
I think everything that is on a rabbit is profitable, I should say. Starting from their droppings, their urine. I do have a number of farmers who kind of take their urine, their droppings, so you can start earning even before you sell your rabbits off. So you can start by selling this urine or droppings to the new farmers who are dealing in things like maybe banana plantations or anything to do with farming, basically. So because it's manure and a pesticide at the same time. Okay. So you can start from there. You can sell your breeds. You can do cage construction. You can do, you can sell basic things, maybe clay feeders, maybe you can sell nipples or the material that the rabbits use. So everything, even after cutting the rabbit, you can still earn from that fur, the skin of the rabbit. So basically it's something that is profitable.
Okay. Can you take us to some of the cages we see, some of these breeds that you're talking about?
Okay. This here was my very first rabbit. It has been around for a number of years. Yes. My brother actually gave her a name when she came in, but this was my very first rabbit. So when I say exotic giant breeds, to be exact, it's a bit hostile now because it's expecting. Okay. You think about something along these lines, very big giant rabbits. If I decide to cut it, I'll get enough kilograms. So this is a New Zealand White, typically white, red or pink eyes, I think, and then the ears are a bit pinkish also. So this is a very, very good breed. This is a silver martin.
Okay.
Again, watch how you hold these rabbits. They don't hold them by the ears because you're trying to hurt them. Again, even after hold here, I support them a bit. So this is another good, unique breed. You should think about it as well. It either comes in black or this part can be gray, and then the downer part is naturally typically white, and the ears are white as well. So I don't know, we can't exhaust them, but we'll try as much as possible.
Okay. Do you have a beavering? Do you have a chinchilla? Maybe you could show them.
So this is a chinchilla.
Okay.
Very good breed as well. These ones rarely fall sick. They're also good mothers as well. They usually breastfeed for themselves. So this is also something you should think about, the chinchilla breed. I think everyone from school remembers a chinchilla rabbit.
Okay.
Whether we saw them naturally or not, this is a chinchilla breed.
Okay.
Exotic.
Must a chinchilla be brown and white?
No.
Okay.
Chinchillas could be gray. I think I have a young one here. This is a bit young,
Okay.
but there's a chinchilla that comes like this, a chinchilla gray.
So literally it's gray in color.
Yes, gray in color. Chinchillas are, I think there's also an American chinchilla.
Okay.
It should be that side. So here is a Flemish. It's a bit, it's still young. It's a male, but you can also see that it's very young, but good at its age. It still looks good. You should also think about a Flemish. They are Flemish giants. They're naturally big in size. So
How old is that one?
this one is 3 months now.
Okay.
3 months. But so I really have to give it time for it to grow to the standards that I really want. But it's very good.
Okay. So let's talk some breeding. How do you breed these rabbits?
Breeding, very important topic, because that's how you get your kids out, and then your kids have your money. So we breed usually in the morning or late in the evening, because you want weather that is a bit chill for them. The heat really doesn't go well with them. So you take the female to the male's cage and not the other way around, because the males are territorial. So we try to bring the female rabbits to the male rabbits, and then you watch the falls. Yes, watch the falls 3 times, and then I can take it out, because the ratio of male to female is 4 females can be serviced by 1 male. So if I have a number of females, I know that I can give it around 4 females a day.
Okay.
So yes.
At what age should I serve my rabbit?
Advisable age for serving your rabbits is around 5 months. If for female, 5 months is good enough. Some people start at 4. Well, you're allowed to, but our recommended age is around 5 months. For the females, the males need to be a bit older than the females, so it's good to wait for them for till around they're like maybe 7 or 6 months to be exact.
Okay. And then after, how do you even tell that it's ready for mating? Because that is equally important.
Well, how do I tell it is ready for mating? Sometimes it will show you, sometimes it will go on heat. So sometimes it will show you it's on heat, to say, because animals go on heat. So it will show you sometimes that it really wants to mate. It becomes a bit aggressive. I think I've serviced most of them, so you will not really see how aggressive it gets. But sometimes they become aggressive. Because if I know they are now 5 months, especially the females, I would want to take them for breeding. So that's how I have my records very well, so I know this one is 5 months and it's now ready for me to take it for breeding. But sometimes it will show you it wants to. Sometimes it shows you when it's a bit young, around 3 months, it starts acting as if it wants to breed. But that doesn't mean that it really it's the right age for you to breed it. So you let it be.
What is that hardest thing that you see in rabbit farming? Is it just an easy venture that you just come and do everything, like it's just that simple?
No. Nothing comes easy like that, but it's doable. Even kids can take care of rabbits, by which they be a bit playful. So with them, especially around town, there are issues of you looking for feeds, especially the greens. Because this is town, very rare to find, so you need to really, really hunt around for them. Then equally, you need to clean. As you see, the cages are very, very neat. So you need to clean. We do clean on a daily because rabbits fall sick either through their hygiene or what they feed on. So we try to clean on a daily. So it's not something easy, but you learn. Of course, they do die. Those things happen. Even human beings die. So sometimes they die and they break your heart. But well, that's life. We move. Okay. But it's not something that is very hard. But again, it's not something that is easy.
Very easy. When you say cleaning, how do you clean these cages? Can you show us?
So on a daily, early in the morning, you see the droppings fall on to the iron sheet. So we just literally get a brush and sweep them off. As easy as that. We sweep them off. Then what we do, which is optional, some people can, some people may not do it. We get a rag and some water, and then we literally mop these iron sheets.
Okay.
For them to be clean.
So how often do you do that? Every day, every hour?
Every early in the morning. That's what we do early in the morning. Okay. We clean these cages very well. And then again, the next day. So that's why I said it's not so tiresome, but if you're not dedicated, you may fail to do it. What we do is just clean on a daily. Sweep the droppings off and then pass a rag. Just.
Why do we clean on a daily?
We personally clean on a daily because we prefer to prevent these diseases than try and treat them. So what we do is when we clean, these cages remain clean. So when they are clean, they can't. The rabbits will not be affected by certain diseases. Maybe if the cages are dirty and these droppings are just inside and they're just stepping on them, they usually get a skin mange. Sometimes even the fur starts falling off. So we clean to make sure they don't fall sick because we prefer to prevent it than let them fall sick, and then we try and see how to cure the diseases. So okay. Yes.
How many rabbits do you have now at your farm?
The number of them, I think, it's around 200 plus because the backside also has rabbits, and some of them are more than one in a cage. So there are a big number of them. But again, you start with what you can. Like I said, I started with only 3 rabbits. Okay. 2 females and 1 male. Now the female rabbit that I showed you is the only one I still have, and I kept it intentionally as a souvenir for my farm.
You talked about diseases. What diseases do rabbits actually have?
Rabbits do fall sick, rarely, but they do fall sick. And the problem with them is they don't show you early enough that they are sick. By the time you see that the rabbit is sick, it has been sick for quite a while. But some of them are a bit common. You'll find diarrhea, you'll find coccidiosis, you'll find skin mange, like I said. Bloating, very deadly disease that can wipe your whole farm out. Because even curing bloating itself is a bit hard. It's a hard thing for you to cure. So sometimes they bloat, sometimes they get diarrhea, sometimes they get skin mange, sometimes they do get coccidiosis like the hens, then mucoid that is got through drinking dirty water. So those are a few diseases. Some of them you keep on learning as you. But those are a few. Snuffles are a bit common. It's not something that you'll be comfortable with, but it's not something that is as deadly as the other ones that I talked about. So snuffles is like flu for them.
So your farm is located in a city center, literally in a city urban center. How do you go about the feeding? Because I didn't see any gardens around.
Well, I do have boys. I do have boys and a number of boys. I think there are 2 who kind of helped me get the greens because I did try to look for them earlier on when I was just starting because they were very few in number, so I could pick around the area, pick around some of these greens and then give them. But then the number grew and then I could not really handle.
Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Do you want to do this on a bigger scale? I don't know.
Exactly. I really want to do it on a bigger scale, I should say. I started small. What I did is I'm just growing with it. Time will come when I really can't be here. When you grow and you earn out of it, so you would just increase in size. So I really want to do it on a bigger scale because it's a game of numbers. And then I can't fit numbers in here for now, the numbers that I may want. So I really intend to grow this farm or just put it on a larger scale.
Okay. Most farmers do have issues with their rabbits dying at 1 month, after I think winning
Exactly.
stage. In your capacity as an experienced farmer, what do you think could be causing that?
Well, the number of factors. Some of them are not doing breeding very well. What I mean is you might be doing inbreeding unknowingly or knowingly. When I say unknowingly is you may have brought breeds from somewhere that are really related and they didn't tell you. So what you do is inbreed the brothers and the sisters. So in the due case, as your rabbits keep on growing, they tend to die. Knowingly is when you know they are siblings but you still do it. So some of them say, well, animals don't have all these things of this is a sister to this one. So, but in the long run, your rabbits get the problems. Secondly, when these rabbits are when you're weaning them off, you're taking them away from their mothers. So they have been used to milk, breastfeeding, and all those things. So you're taking them to be independent. So what we do is, if you saw very well, that's our nursery there. We take good care of them from that side because we put them there so we can give them enough attention. Once in a while, pass through, see what are they doing. Then again, what we know is there are no particular vaccines. Like the way people who are rearing chicken do is you vaccinate about how many, I really have no idea, but I know they do vaccinate. But in rabbitry, they will tell you there are no vaccines for rabbits, which is true. But what you do is get someone who is a very good vet, where they can give you something that will work as a vaccine. Not specifically a vaccine, but something that works as a vaccine. So that's what we do is the vet usually comes around before we wean them off and then gives them some medicine that works as a vaccine against certain diseases like coccidiosis.
What do you feed your rabbits on, Vanita?
We do 3 things, actually 4. We do hay, we do greens, we do rabbit mash, and then we do pellets. Yes, so we feed them on those 4, plus water.
And the weeds?
Yes, green weeds. So if you look around for weeds, around the areas that you're in your neighborhood, you'll easily see the weeds. So you try and get the weeds and give them the weeds. We wilt them before we
From a business perspective, which one is better? Rearing for breeders or rearing for meat?
I prefer to do both, I personally, because I really want to earn from everywhere. If I could, that's why, if I could, I would also venture into the fur business, but I also have no idea how to go about it yet. But breeders do have more money than the meat, but if you do both and earn from both sides, it's better. You do both. But breeders genuinely give you more money than the meat. Because if the meat is around 20K a kg, maybe you have like standard rabbits, you may get a kilogram or 1.5 out of it. Actually, a kilogram, or even not get a kilogram. So that's that. By the time you patch up the money, it won't make sense that much. But if you do from both ends, so me, I prefer doing both.
Okay. Let's talk about the market. Where is the market for rabbits?
I always tell people, you are my market, I'm your market. The market is available. The market, I think this is a question that everyone asks, but you can't sell what you don't have. So you will not know if there's a market if you don't join first. Because now I know if I have my rabbits and I really want to put them out there, I know where to search for this market from. There's no marketplace like I can go to the market, maybe Nakawa market. I'm very sure I'll find someone selling goat's meat or maybe beef. But that's not so common when it comes to these rabbits. But then again, it doesn't mean that the market is not there. You just need to learn how to network with your fellow farmers. Then again, advertise. And again, what you have gives you your buyers. If we don't have nice breeds, then people will rarely take them. Even when you get them to take your rabbits, they are not good breeds, so they will not be able to take them.
Okay, as a farmer, where do you see this rabbit farming business going in Uganda, to be specific?
Well, lucky enough, I think it has really improved. As years go by, people keep on, because I think growing up, certain people growing up, they used to see it as, I think for kids, especially boys that were young, they used to do it a lot. So it was like a game or a joke or something, because they're playful animals, so kids usually used to play with them. But as years have gone by and people have learned about it, the business is, it is improving every year that goes by. So now the number of people who are consuming rabbit meat are increasing because of its benefits. So when the consumers increase, obviously the number of people who are joining the business keep on increasing. So the business, the venture itself is really improving. That's what I think I can say about that.
Have you ever tasted or tried eating rabbit meat?
Yes, I have.
How does it taste like for somebody who's never had that experience?
Yes, I have. The first time I think I tasted it, I didn't like it that much because I was trying to, because everyone says a rabbit meat really tastes like chicken. So I was trying to make sure that it tastes like chicken. Like chicken, but even better than chicken, that's what I should say. So it tastes a bit better than chicken, but it tastes like chicken. Yes. Okay.
If somebody wanted these breeds, where do they find them? Do they ship them in? Where do you guys get breeds?
Well, just like you found us in the business, we find certain people inside the business who have been in the business for a while, so they know where to get them. So I will not lie, I got my breeds from a certain farmer.
Okay.
Yes, I got, and I don't regret it because she helped. My breeds are very good because your parent stock gives you what you'll have. So I got my breeds from her, and then I've not really, so I will not lie, I've not shipped in breeds. I don't know how you do that, but okay. I got my breeds from someone else.
As we wind up,
yes.
Is rabbit farming something you can recommend to people? Is it something you can tell somebody to join like today or yesterday?
Yesterday. So I think people should join this venture yesterday. But again, don't join because someone else is in the business. Because you'll not put in a lot of efforts. If you have passion for it, join when you have the passion for it. But again, start with what you have. We would all love to be big, or I would love to have a number of rabbits around, but that's not what I could do by then. So what I've done is I've grown with it, but the basic thing is for you to start. So kindly come, join the business. It is a very good venture. It's something that you can do even in when you have a very small space. You can even do it at your in the backyard, or you can do it, maybe you have a garage you're not really using, you can put the rabbits in the garage. Do nice practices, get good breeds, and then do your records very well. That is what you really need.
Perfect. So you've heard it from an experienced farmer. What else can I add on after her explaining literally everything that you need to learn about rabbit farming? Now, just to remind you, Vanita's farm is just in the home where she stays. So it's like in the fence, and she has had like a couple of cages, around 30 or 40 and around 50. I don't know. I need to count. But the idea is, from your small space, you can start up a rabbit farm. And this is something that we are trying to encourage very many farmers to do, very many people to do, most of whom are just starting. Well, if you want to go on a commercial scale, you'll definitely need some, some land. But on a small scale, wherever you are, you can do it. So until then, it's a goodbye. Vanita, thank you so much for sharing your ideas with us.
You're welcome.
We hope to have you another time, talking about still rabbit farming or even another venture that you'll have started.
Exactly.
Until then, guys, thank you so much. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goodbye.
Bye.